Well, howdy do, folks. It is Wednesday, November 6th, 2024. It is 8:50 p.m. And I just want to do a rundown of yesterday and today. Yesterday was the 5th day to fast, November 5th. Today is the 6th day to fast, November 6th. And I had a pretty rough day yesterday. Started early too. I actually got home on the 4th and I was really tired. I mean really tired. And I'm pretty sure I got the workout done on the 4th. Yeah, I got the workout done on the 4th, and then I went to bed. And got up. I woke up on the 5th at 2 o'clock in the morning. My eyes flew open. And I cut a fart that wasn't a fart. And it was a mess. And I had to clean that mess up. And before I cleaned that mess up, I had to go in the bathroom and finish with the mess that started. Now, it wasn't, when I was in the bed, it wasn't this huge problem. It was just enough to go through my underwear, my bed sheet, and put one little spot on my mattress. And I don't sleep and poop. So everything had to be cleaned off. I had to get my Resolve carpet fabric cleaner and spray it, and I got that all out, which left a wet spot, so I couldn't sleep on that side of the bed. It was the first time in a long time that I hadn't slept on my side of the bed when my wife was alive. And I slept there more or less after I cleaned myself. Man, I started that 2 o'clock in the morning thing. Started an entire day of peeing and pooping and peeing and pooping, and every time I'd poop, it would be like diarrhea, but there would be solid matter in it. So my body was clearing out something. And yesterday I went to work, and man, my insides hurt. It right where my belly button is, all across there. And it had to be something getting ready to come out, and around, was it at home? I think it was around 4 o'clock at the warehouse. I used the restroom down there for like the 4th time, and I got lucky because when I went to work, I said I got to take 2 pair of underwear with me just to have something in case something happens. And I got lucky every time I found an open restroom. Some of these people don't understand how, when you're in trouble like that, how wonderful it is that they have a clean restroom. And that's why I hate people who go into a restroom and they mess it up. Because the people that work there, they're not there to wipe your ass. They're there to, clean up a little bit of mess. And if you have a problem, I mean, I've gone into some restrooms sometimes, public restrooms, and I went out to the people. I said, hey man, one restroom I went into, a guy had obviously had a real problem, and he left his underwear on the floor, and the shit was everywhere. And I told the front counter person, I said, dude, you got a mess in there, I said, I didn't do it, but somebody's messed up. And anyway, but that's the worst case I've seen. I used to clean restrooms when I worked at a gas station when I was a kid. And the funny part is about that? The men's restroom was like from a scale of about 6 out of 10 bad. The ladies' restroom was always 8 to 9 bad. You women, I'll tell you what, when you all go into your primal mode in your restrooms, I mean, you don't hold back. And it can get exciting. So, but anyway, so yesterday was a real battle, and I had diarrhea all day. And when I came home, I was wiped out. Now, in the middle of the day, I'd gone to a gas station, and these were on sale. These body armors. This is pineapple coconut. It's a really good flavor, but I wish I could tell you that this gave me a lot of energy, but it didn't. But it is a really good flavor. But it picked me up a little bit. but that's a lot. That was a lot of fluid to drink. But it still picked me up a little bit. Not as much as I thought it would, you know. And I kind of figured, oh, this is not good, because I've drank this Body Armor before, and it's had a good lifting moment, you know. So I knew I was kind of in a little bit of trouble. So I got through the day. I got home. I was thinking about the workout. Of course, I got the knucklehead fed as soon as I got home, and I said, you know what? I wanted to make it a full month, but I don't think I could do the workout and not mess all over myself. But beyond that was, I got to work today. And I was wiped out. I was like, you know what? And I didn't want to get involved in all what you see on the table here, which I didn't. I just drank the water, and I did take 2 charcoal pills. I had to put them on the table too. Where are my charcoal pills? Here's somewhere. God darn it. I could leave them down here. I thought I left them down here. Anyway, I took 2 charcoal pills. Here's somewhere. God darn it, if I need them, I'll have to find them. Son of a biscuit eater. Oh well. They gotta be right in front of me somewhere. Anyway, so I took the 2 charcoal pills. Now I got tons and tons of charcoal pills. I got like 20 bottles in the front room over here, because at a certain time in my life, charcoal pills really helped me with my stomach and intestine problems. And I normally take 4 at a time, but not yesterday. I only took 2 because I was concerned, because what I felt the problem was with my insides yesterday was all the supplements I was taking on an empty stomach. I mean, I was taking a bunch of stuff. I was taking like 10 pills, maybe 12 vitamin pills. So I cut that way back down. I cut it down to this, which is, I'm only going to take selenium once every 2 days, I think. Take my iodine, and I cut it down to 2 krill pills, and that was it. No mushroom pills, no vitamin Ds, no magnesiums. Oh, sorry. And no, there's a multivitamin that I want to show you this one, because I doubt I'm probably going to throw this away. This is a Spring Valley. This is a B complex vitamin, but that sucker is hard as a rock. Sucker's hard as a rock. And that, along with the mushroom pills and along with some other pills, work together, I think, to put a little twist in my insides. And so that's why I cut back on that. Today was a little bit better on my gut. My energy level was good. I drove down from Richmond to Virginia Beach to do some work, and it all went okay. One job didn't go okay, but that wasn't our fault. We were on site and the person just didn't pick up their phone. But I drove back to the warehouse. As soon as I got back to the warehouse, my boss told me about tomorrow's work, which was 34, 36. I said 38. I didn't think it was 38, but he agreed with me. It was 38. Anyway, we'll say 38. 38 stool bases we've got to replace tomorrow. Well, all 38 stool bases, it's 4-leg base with a wire frame around it at the bottom, and they got covered in plastic with the bottom of the legs covered in plastic to protect it from rubbing in the box. Well, this box is about, I want to say 4 foot high, and they're about 18 inches by 18 inches wide, so I got to cut them open, lift the bases out, 38 of them, take the box, flip it over, cut it around so it'll flip down flat, because that's what you got to do when you throw boxes away in the dumpster. So I opened all 38 bases, and after that, the reason we do that is because we don't want to do that on the job site, but also because it's a waste of time on a job site. So I get what's called commercial bins, which is another great big box that's 4 foot wide by about, I want to say 30 inches wide, 4 foot wide by I think 2 feet wide, and probably about 40 inches tall. And you fold these things up so that they'll form, and then you put in it what you want to put in. So I put 4 bases, 2 on each side of the box. I really wanted to stack them into boxes, but I couldn't stack them into boxes because the bases were brand new. They're wood, and I can't. And there's a metal insert that's in the top of each leg from the factory, and you got to be careful because what that metal insert will do, if it gets tipped over something, it'll scratch the living shit out of anything it touches. So loaded 4 in each box, so it wound up being 9 boxes and 2. Well, it actually wound up being 9 boxes of 4, and then 2. So whatever that is. So anyway, so 38. Got them loaded in the truck, and I was dead. I was dead. I had to, after we got that done, after I got the truck loaded and strapped in, I had to take my tools out of the truck, out of the van I'd been driving. I had to get everything out of there. I had to park both vehicles and then drive the hour home. And I'm burnt. Now yesterday, during the day, I had a body armor. Was it yesterday? I think I might have had this body armor on the 4th. I think I might have had this on. I had one on the 4th and one on the 5th, and that's because yesterday I had, yeah, that's right, because this was in the refrigerator here yesterday, and I took it out because I was feeling so bad. I said, I need to pick me up, man. I took this and drank this, and I have to say it's a wonderful flavor. The pineapple coconut's a wonderful flavor. There's not enough of that in it, but it's a wonderful flavor. But it didn't pick me up. Nothing wrong with the drink, it just didn't pick me up because I was bad. I was feeling bad. So I went to bed, and hell, I wound up getting up at 1 o'clock this morning and fought it for like 3 hours. And I was going to make a video about the 5th day, and I said, no, if I make a video, I'll be up all night. And so I didn't. Knucklehead's below the table here. She's scrubbing on a box. But anyway, so today went okay. It went better than yesterday. But I doubt if I'll do the workout tonight. I may not do the workout tomorrow night either, depending on how much energy I have left. I've got a few things in my head about what the victory meal is going to be, but the number one thing was to keep on the fast. Because I got to tell you, emptying out my insides is one of the best things this fast does. Now, I've got a selection of fluids up here. This is the body armor, and of course my Deer Park water I drink every day. I drink 7 bottles of that every day. This is some 100% grape drink. This is some Ruby Red grapefruit juice, and this is some 100% apple juice. Which, you know what? I'm going to have some apple juice. I was going to have some grapefruit juice or grape juice, but I'm going to have some apple juice. All right, so there we go. Very important for you to understand that when you're on a fast, that's more sugar than you should ever drink on a fast, right there. I'm working, I got to have something. If it's not going to be proteins and carbohydrates, it's got to be a little bit of sugar to pick me up. Damn, is that sweet. Woo! This is a little bit of coffee. I don't remember what brand it is. What brand was it? This is the Berkeley Jensen. This is the, I bought 100 of these from BJ's, Berkeley Jensen coffee. It's okay. It's good enough for a coffee if you want a coffee, you know what I mean? It's got caffeine in it and everything. as you can see, I flavored it with half and half. So there's going to be a little bit of protein. There's going to be a little bit of, I guess what you call a cheat. Now this is a tea I made myself when I got home. This is a Earl Grey tea and peppermint tea. And that combination, I know I had the peppermint tea. Great. Anyway, Earl Grey and peppermint is a really great combination. So on the way home today, I was running down because I had to drive from Virginia Beach back to Richmond. And I had kind of a feeling something was going to happen in Richmond, although I hadn't been told about it. I don't look at the next day's work. I concentrate on today's work, you know. I had friends I used to work with, they would look like 5 days in advance at their job. I was like, dude, why would you do that? How can you stay motivated if you're looking at all the work you're going to have to do, you know? I only concentrated on today's work, and it kept me sane, you know? So anyway, on the way back, I stopped at a Wawa, and these were on sale. This is a half and half tea and half lemonade, and this is a green tea, and this is a green tea, and they both have cane sugar in them, genuine cane sugar. Which, if you're going to have a sweetener, there are a lot worse sweeteners you can have. So, but you got to look at their brands. The diet has aspartame in it, so you got to look at everything. I mean, and their drinks, and their little drinks, if you go across their little drinks, and some of them are not diet, but you'll see one drink has real sugar in it, and then the next drink has sucralose, and then the next drink has aspartame, and then the next drink has stevia. I'm like, going, how in the blazes are they not required to tell people about this stuff? You gotta look at the labels, you know. Anyway, these both have cane sugar, and you can see how much I drank of it. You know, it looks almost like I pissed in it, but that's a lot of sugar right there. But it helped. It helped bring me back out of a slump. This is helping a little bit here, but I'm still going to be under the weather tomorrow. Which begs the question whether tomorrow morning, if I feel exceptionally under the weather, if I'm going to stop at McDonald's or stop somewhere and get a bacon, egg, and cheese something. But I don't want to break the fast. Not until tomorrow night at midnight. And the reason is that the cleaning aspect for my insides, when that stuff finally moved out yesterday, and I finally got that out yesterday, I felt so much better. I actually, being on this fast for now 6 days, I'm actually walking better. And that's freaking me the fuck out. And why am I walking better? That's nuts. I'm actually walking like I used to walk when I was a kid, without even thinking about it. No sore legs, no sore back. Now, I did have a sore back when I came through the front door tonight. And it was a good reason for me to get down and do the workout. But I don't know. I don't know. I doubt if I'll do it, because I'm just trying to get to tomorrow night. I don't know what I'm going to cook. I've got beef fried rice in here I can warm up in 3 minutes. I've got like 6 bins of it I got from Charlestown for free for and they're $15 each. So that's what, $90 worth of beef fried rice. And I could warm them up, and I could put a stick of butter in it, mix it up, put a little bit of soy sauce on it, and I'd be happy. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might as well show you this now, because the video is going long. I'm sure it's cut into 2 pieces, but why not show it to you now? So I was telling you about, I ate a bunch of stuff that was sort of reacted on me, you know, before the fast. Well, this was one of the things I ate. And this is something I always know is going to react. This was a Little Caesars pepperoni ready hot pizza, and this was 4 little like biscuits they have with pepperoni in it. These were really good because I got them like right after they put them in the case. But this was all bought as a to-go meal. And this pizza wasn't too bad, but you could tell it had been in there for about 20 minutes. But one thing about pepperoni pizza that I found out with me is I have an injury across my hands that happened during a motorcycle accident in the 1980s. And I was riding and I ran into the side of a car. A lady had some motor problems. She kept pulling in and out, in and out, in and out. And I was a dumb kid. I kept thinking, why she kept backing up to get away from me, and I kept going towards the back of her. Everywhere she went to get away from me, she was killing the engine in her car. I didn't know it. Every time I moved to go away around her, she moved in front of me. So by the time I got to her, I hit her. I went over the hood of her car. It was a Dodge Dart, 2-door Dodge Dart, 6-cylinder. And I went over the hood of her, might have been a 4-door actually. But anyway, I went over the hood of her Dart. And when I went over the hood of her Dart, I held on to the handlebars of my motorcycle so long that I went over the hood, and the bars that support the mirrors, like this, went across my hands right here. And I literally had to pull my hands up, my fingers up, because it was trying to break my fingers off my hands. But I got them out. But before that, I had so much pressure across my hands that I caused nerve damage to my hands. So now every time, for the rest of my life, whenever it gets cold, I know it gets cold. When you see me doing this in my exercises a lot, well, that's what part of this is. Now, I had a big, major injury to my hand here because I rolled a car over and my hand was underneath the roof. But that's not what's the problem with the top of my hand either. So anyway, whenever I eat a pepperoni pizza, depending on the pepperoni, the more pepperoni is on it, the more it seems it makes my hands hurt. And that's what happened with this, but that's okay. It was a delicious, quick meal. I will get that again. Now, what I won't do again is I probably won't get their garlic butter, which I love their garlic butter. But it's made with seed oils. And seed oils will intensify pain. Now, their marinara, you get that marinara, you get them little biscuits they got, 4 little biscuits with pepperoni in it, and you dip it in that marinara, and you eat that. Oh my God, those are so good. I could eat probably 20 of those. And that would be probably, I think I paid $5 for it, so what? So 20 bucks. But they were delicious. Anyway, it made my hands hurt. But what really screwed me up, was this right here. Damn, these are soft. That's not good. I'm not going to eat them anyway. I'm going to throw them away. This is Reese's peanut butter and chocolate ice cream right here. And this is Reese's Pieces ice cream right here. Boy, it is soft too. God darn it. I'll bet you my refrigerator's dying. I'm going to have to change that refrigerator out. I got one in my garage I can change it out with. Yeah, I've dragged my ass on that. I am going to have to eat that beef fried rice now. Hopefully it'll be frozen. If it ain't frozen, I ain't going to eat it. But anyway, both of these ice creams, I ate 1/2 a bowl of each. And I didn't eat a half a bowl of this because this was just awful. The Pieces was awful. This was okay, but I felt it was so strong that it actually needed to have 1/2 a bowl of this and 1/2 a bowl of vanilla, because you could mix the vanilla and this together. But no matter that, my insides, whatever they make this shit with, did not agree with my insides. And I ate it once, and I went to bed, and I felt so bad. I said, man, is this shit really that bad, making me feel that bad? And And I went back 2 days later and I ate some more of it. And the exact same thing happened again, you know. And that was the day I ate the pizza, the Little Caesar stuff, and it was really good, I gotta admit. And then I came home and I feasted on this, the chocolate ice cream, and oh my God, it just made me feel terrible. Now I also got Reese's Pieces cookie pieces. They're like little chocolate nibs, but they're peanut butter nibs in the bag, and I ate those too. And they're nothing but fat, but they are so good. If you eat those, if you start eating those, you're in trouble, because if you start eating them out the bag, you can't stop eating because they are so damn good. But that was part of me feeling bad, so they gotta go. They're gonna be thrown away. It looks like my refrigerator is gonna be thrown away too. And then we head on to this little monstrosity right here. That's called artisan bread. It's called artisan bread, okay? Now this is 12 grain. I think this is Arnold's. I believe this is Arnold. Pretty sure this is Arnold. Yeah, Arnold's. Arnold's 12 grain bread, which I have no problem with that bread right there, okay? I can eat all that bread I want. But this fucking bread right here, I will never buy this shit again. Now this is like the third time I've tried this shit, and all 3 times something they're putting in that bread my body does not like. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a cheap fiber or whatever it is, but I eat that stuff and my guts go, what the hell did you just eat? And as you can see, there's one loaf there. Now I ate one loaf already. I ate it. I was making cheese sandwiches, and that's why I wanted the white bread. But I won't do that no more. I'll get a grain bread like this, or I'll get a white wheat bread or something like that, something that's affiliated with wheat, because I'm not doing that anymore, because that shit is no good for me, so I'm not doing that no more. You probably wonder why is the hot chocolate up here. That's because when I'm in trouble, this is something I hold as a go-to. Just one packet of this, and this is with the sugar. You gotta look at the back, make sure it's got sugar in it, not aspartame. And I get one packet of that. I did that this morning and yesterday morning because I was just feeling like shit. So, but we're coming out of it slowly. I feel pretty good now. I actually feel better now that I made this video, because I wanted to sort of throw a little information at you. I think I covered everything on the table. So we're heading into the 7th day. I got a real busy day tomorrow, but thankfully my boss had me scheduled for 2 jobs, and one of the jobs we talked about and he called about, and it got canceled because I'd already done it. Customer said they were okay. But so I got these bases to do, and then we can come home and I can see what I'm gonna eat for the victory meal. That this damn refrigerator has thawed out my beef fried rice. I'm throwing it all the hell away. I saw my entire family get sick on sausage one time that my dad brought back from North Carolina, and he didn't properly refrigerate it on the way back, and that was because he was batshit crazy on Valium from the military. And it wasn't something that he trusted. The guy who made it was a North Carolina farmer who made a butcher who made the sausage. And when he got it home and my mom was cooking it, I smelled it and I said to myself, something in my brain said, you're not eating that. I mean, literally, it was that kind of a voice. I was like a 10-year-old kid. And the voice told me, said, you're not eating that. I said, okay, I'm not eating that. And everybody got after me in my family. I got 3 brothers and my dad and my mom. I said, Mom, I just don't want to eat it. I appreciate it. I just had the eggs because we were eating it like a breakfast thing, you know. And my brothers were pissed because they thought I was trying to say that my mom couldn't cook. I said, no. I just don't want to eat it. And all 5 of them got sick within a half an hour. And they were sick for 24 hours. With the shit and with the vomiting, and my brothers never let me live that down. But to this day, I don't know what that voice was, but I smelled a certain tang coming off of that frying pan when my mom was cooking that sausage. I smelled a certain tang. There's a certain smell you get and you go, that's not healthy. And my brain knew that when I was 10 years old. And it said to me, you're not eating that. So if this fucking refrigerator has finally died with all my food in it, there's not that much food in it, so I'm not going to lose that much money, which is cool. I got a little baby refrigerator over here I can transfer most of this shit into. But I've been waiting for it to die, so this is a good time. Maybe that's what this ice cream was about. Maybe it's to tell me my refrigerator's dead. But anyway, so we're doing a little bit better. I probably won't do the workout tonight. I just hope I can get through my energy level tonight and get through tomorrow without... I am probably tomorrow, and this is probably going to make me take another diarrhea poop. I was going to do it today. I was going to go, instead of getting this from Wawa, what I was going to get was, they make the same size container with low-fat chocolate milk. And I'm telling you, that will bring you up. If you're on a fast, and you've been on a fast for a long time, and you're starting to fall down, that will bring you up because of the protein in it. It's low fat, so it doesn't have that much fat, which is not a good thing, actually. People who talk about fat and talk about milk say never get low fat because you're intensifying the amount of sugar in it. Because with the fat, it moderates the sugar. But I didn't have a choice. That's what they sold. And they got some other smaller containers of chocolate milk, which are fucking nasty. Let me just say it. They're fucking nasty. The one that Wawa sells under their name brand, not too bad. Not too shabby. You know, just like this half and half, and just like this green tea. This green tea don't taste like tea at all. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like fruit perfume. That's what it tastes like. It's fruit perfume. But I drink it, and it helps my inside, so anyway. I guess that's all of it. We're going to keep going through the fast. I've got one more day to get through, and then, God darn it, my brain is telling me, go buy a large meats pizza. That's what it's telling me. Go buy a large meats pizza. And there's a guy that was commenting named Derek and said, you need to try the, it's not Uno sauce, it's Rao's pasta sauce. You got to try Rao's. It's the best. And I've seen it. It's $8 a bottle. The Bertolli's is $4 a bottle, and then you get Ragu, which is $2 a bottle. I love my Bertolli's, but I'm willing to try the Rao's. We'll give Rao's a shot. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna try to make it to 7 days fast, no matter what. Now remember, my rule about a fast is very simple: no solid food. That's my rule. No solid food. And people would say that, well, that chocolate milk you're drinking, that's solid food. You know, if I was staying at home and I was not working, I would be happy to walk around dizzy. But I will not walk around dizzy on the job, and I will not drive a company van on the job dizzy, and I will not get myself in a situation where I have an emergency. So if I have to drink a little bit of chocolate milk to bring me up, I don't consider that solid food. Now, that rule right there with the chocolate milk, I usually do chocolate milk in the later days of the fast. Same thing with this sugar here. These juices, this hasn't been opened. This grapefruit juice, if you can stand the flavor, I really recommend that because it's the lowest sugar of any of these juices. This apple juice, woo! Son of a bitch, that's got a lot of sugar in it. Whee! I'm gonna have some more. How about that? the guiding rule about sugar like that is, you get an up, or I'm going to get a real big up, and then I'm going to get a real big down. And I'm drinking this Berkeley Jensen coffee here. It's got caffeine in it, and the 1-2 punch for me that blows my energy level out, always has, is coffee with sugar in it. If I take this coffee, I can put the half and half in it, drink it all day long. I'll still be a little bit woozy after about the 4th cup, but if I put 2 teaspoons of sugar in this and stir it up with caffeinated coffee, dude, in 30 minutes, I'll be wanting to sit down because it'll blow my energy level clean out. So, that damn Reese's ice cream's going in the trash. Man, I hope it didn't ruin my daggone beef fried rice. But if it did, it did. Like I said, I live on today planning for tomorrow. And I don't plan for tomorrow to be me going over a toilet somewhere, spray pooping, you know. I already did the spray pooping thing yesterday. So, I'm feeling better now. I'm actually feeling better now than when I started the video. But I'm still probably not going to do that workout. I'm just going to take a break, try to get through day 7. I got 38 bases to change. I got a great guy. I think his name is Caesar. He'll be helping me. God darn, we got 10 boxes of them daggone bases to roll into space. Only got 4 dollies. So we'll roll in 4, and we'll come back, get 4 more, roll them in, and we'll come back, get 2, roll them in, and we'll start the process. Then we'll get them knocked out. And then I'll get the truck loaded, get it back to the warehouse, and we'll see how much time we have left. Depending on the time I have, I'll take all the commercial bins off, break them back down, put them on the pallet that they're stored on, and take the blankets, put them back in the blanket thing. I probably won't load my job for tomorrow, depending. All depends. All depends on what I got to do. If I have to just pick up 1 or 2 or 3, 4 chairs, I take a company regular van. If I have to, like, the hell, I just delivered a job. I delivered a job of 13 chairs. So I had to take the pack van for that. So it all depends on what I got to do. Anyway, we're doing good. We want to thank the good Lord, sir, for getting us through. Yesterday was woof. Yesterday is no good. She's a no good. I don't want to live in a day like a yesterday. I want to live in a day like a tomorrow. Specifically tomorrow at 12 o'clock at midnight. So I don't know what I'm going to get. I would get frozen pizzas, but frozen pizza bread just tears me up. It's the same thing with the white bread. Whatever's in this white bread is in that frozen pizza dough. Now there are some pizzas that are better than others. I find that the thin crusts tend to be better than the thick crusts as far as stomach inflammation. And that if you're doing like a Newman's, Paul Newman's brand, that's pretty good. California Pizza Oven is pretty good. I just did some, what's that, Screamin' thin crust, because it was on sale at Giant, 2 for like, I think it was 2 for $12. And it was pepperoni and sausage, and pepperoni it was pretty good, I gotta admit. And it was thin crust, so now the thick crust I've had issues with in the past. But number 1 pizza I can never eat again is DiGiorno's. I cannot eat DiGiorno's pizza. Man, that tied my guts up. I thought I had to go to the hospital. I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital. I said, Jesus Christ, what they put in this bread? Because it was the bread. I could tell it was the bread. Because the sausage, the pepperoni and the cheese and the meats that was on it tasted really good. But man, that bread, as I was eating it, I was like going, I was eating it though. I was chowing down on that shit. And when it got inside, I said, never again. Because I went through 4 days with that shit. 4 days with that shit. So, and that's one of the things that this fasting fixes. You know, still can't believe that son of a bitch in the refrigerator is going to die. Yes, what are you doing, Knucklehead? Knucklehead decided to make an appearance. What are you doing, Poopy? I'm glad to see her doing better. Little Knucklehead. That's little Knucklehead. What are you doing, Poops? You want some ice cream? No, you don't. Because she'll be spray pooping all over the place, too. And I fed her. I had to feed her again. But, she's doing alright. She's okay. What are you doing, Poops? I love you too. She's wondering what's going on here. She's inspecting. She's inspecting stuff. Little knucklehead. I don't know what cats have about chewing on plastic bags. We had a cat named Kitty. You see her picture in my wife's arms in a yellow blanket. And she would chew on power cables. And she would chew on plastic bags. I think there's a hormone in the plastic that the cats identify as prey flesh. I think that's why they do that. But anyway, so that's about the extent of things. I just wanted to run a video past you to bridge the 5th and 6th day, because I'm probably just going to put this together, because it's probably 3 pieces now. And we're going to get through day 7, and then we'll have some sort of video for y'all about the victory dinner, whatever I choose for it to be. Hopefully it's going to be beef fried rice, but I ain't going to be beef fried rice if this shit's fucking thawed out, because I ain't eating that shit. I'm not eating anything that's going to make me sick. You know, I'm past that. So anyway, remember, God's right next to you. He's with me right now. He watched over me all day. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Lord. I appreciate it, sir. Woo! Boy, oh boy, we had a rough day today, and we had a rougher day yesterday. That ending of the day with the 38 bases, cutting them out the boxes and putting them back into the 10 commercial bins, that was kind of a nightmare. And I just, a part of me said, Phil, you just got to have faith. You know this is Satan trying to force you to stop the fast. You know it's Satan. He wants you to take the shortcuts. He wants you to eat some food because he cannot stand for you. It's not just for me. Satan doesn't like anybody to be successful because he's a complete failure as a spirit. And he embraces that failure as his path of existence. And he wants to drag us all down with it. And so I knew, I said, man, the devil, I forgot about this. I'm glad I talked this long. This morning when I got up, and I finally got up and I took my shower, and I felt a little bit better, but I was kind of in an angry mood in the morning. And everything I touched was fighting me. Everything I touched was fighting me. I was like, holy crap. I said, and that's when I say my catchphrase, everything has to fight. And that means you too. That means if you're fighting everything, you got to fight back. And I did. What was it? What was I was moving something, and boy did I get pissed. I forget what it was. It was something in the truck, I think. Oh, it was my tools. I've got these. I got the Hilti toolboxes. I think they're Hilti. I forget what they are. But anyway, they weigh like 250 pounds when they're all stacked together, right? So I stack them on a dolly. And I was moving these things, and every time I would touch them, they would drag on something, or they would, knock something over. I was like, and man, I had enough. And it helped me load the tools on the truck. I had to load them into the van. I had to load them from the pack van into our van. And I was cussing, and I went to the gas station. The van, somehow yesterday driving down the road, they looked like bugs, but this stuff that was on my windshield actually was like a grease. It was like a white lithium grease, and it was sticky like glue. I don't know where the hell it came from, but I couldn't get it off my windshield. I didn't put Windex on it, But I did put like a squeegee, and it wouldn't squeegee off. It would just smear, and it was sticky. I said, okay. It might have been the sap off of a pine tree I parked under or something. I don't know. But I finally took naphtha, which is like acetone, and I got wiping the windshield, and I got most of it off. And then I went back with Windex and finally got that off, the rest of it off. Because I got to drive 200 miles one way, and then 200 miles back another way. And I don't have time to be looking through, and I'm driving in the morning, I'm driving right into the sun. So it's got to be clean. So, got all that done, got down to my first job, and the first job went okay. And the second job we went to was on a military base, and I had to be escorted to where the work was. It wasn't that much work, it was just a little teeny tiny bit of work. But I had to be escorted there, and nobody answered the phone. And we waited 45 minutes, and my boss said, "You're going to wait a half an hour and you're done." I said, okay, and then we agreed on 12:15, and I got out of there. Which I'm glad I did, because when I got back to the warehouse, I looked at these 38 boxes. I said, there's no way I can stack all this in the truck. It's just going to be ridiculous. I won't have no room for my tools. Plus, when we get to the job, we have to cut all this open, which is going to take us, it took me hours. It took me like 2 hours. I actually worked an hour overtime tonight to make sure I got that truck loaded. But I'm feeling okay. That's going out to the birds. This over here, it's funny how both of these breads are like 3 weeks old, and neither of them, and they've been sitting in a warm drawer, and neither of them have mold on them. So what's that tell you? You know, that's some powerful preservative in them breads. But this, I don't know what Sara Lee puts in that artisan bread, but I can't eat it. And that's not the only bread like that. Great Value makes a rye bread, and they make a sourdough bread. It's like a home style rye bread, and there are knots in that bread. And I gotta believe that's wood pulp fiber. I said, what is? And my wife and I got it one time when my wife was alive. She said, Phil, there's something in this bread. And I said, honey, I taste it too. That went out to the birds too. Oh man, memories. I miss her, man. She was so cool. I've been thinking about her a lot lately, but that's okay. I don't mind thinking about her. But anyway, y'all have a very wonderful, what's tomorrow's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, right? No, today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday. So, have a great Thursday. Remember, God's right next to you, and He'll help you just like He helped me. You don't know how the help's going to come, but He'll help you. Just give Him a chance to say, hey, God, please, help me out. I'm in a bad way here. I need your help. And, you know, it doesn't hurt to grab yourself a Bible and just flip open a page and just read the first thing your eyes catch. And just read a little bit down and stop. Don't take stuff out of context. I hate it. This is my personal thing about the Bible. The Bible's written as stories, okay? It's not written as a paragraph. If you read the story about a person in the Bible, it will teach you a lesson. If you read it, just a piece of it, and you say, this is what God is saying, well, you got to see the context. So it's better to read the whole thing, you know? But anyway. I'm still freaking blowed out. Woo! Y'all have a wonderful Thursday, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace. Oof. Man. Dump that too. Damn refrigerator. Golly days. Have a good one, folks.